Okay, good morning, everyone. Good late morning, everyone. My God, I apologize about being late. 11:08, unacceptable. I'll do better the next time. With that being said, good morning. Last day of the week, abbreviated week, July 4th week, if you will. It's coming down to a close. Somebody pointed something, one of my more experienced trader friends, if you will, pointed out, I'm going to get to this for a second. Usually on a Friday, all the fund managers look at the close on the SPX weekly. I'll go to the SPY weekly. Let's look where the weekly is on the SPY. All right, this is the close that they look for to go over the weekend if they close above the previous day's high, if you will. All right, so you know what? I'd be looking for a close maybe on the SPYs if they go above maybe 441. They're in this. This is a 12 minutes. It's right now. The market, listen, I said before, pre-market, if the market had a lot of good action under the hood. And it still looks like that way to a degree. And as I go to my main screen here, which one is an Apple and a Microsoft and an Oracle to cool down a little bit. I see a lot of best of breeds either, taking some rest as Riven stocks like Riven go completely the other way, making sense, both with charts, fundamentally, price range, good volume and positive price action. Same with Riven, acting very well. AI doing well. Planeteer. I was short it yesterday. Thank God I took that off. I think I took that off it was under 15, I believe. Jesus, 1460 right up there. See that? I told you I'm making the hard money. It's really buying these dips that are acting well. IONQ looking to go higher. What are we in tonight? We initiated a position, a big one, by the way, in Airbnb. I'm in that. Hood we're in. Bought some hood, just like this type of situation. If I was short it, I don't think that way. Like things go against me or a woe is me. I'm actually a very positive person. If it happens, it's my fault. There's the enter button. I'm looking at it. Nobody's responsible but me. It's always going to be that way. It's going to stay that way. Hood right here. If I was short, it'd be probably creeping up. You know what I mean? It's almost like longer the base. I feel that way about Airbnb. We had a good trade on Wayfair. That one was bought yesterday. And what did I pause? Excuse me a second. All right, my stepson, I apologize, guys, about being there. He walked in, he was alive. At least he's working, you know what I mean? In case I have a bad day, I'll go raid the piggy bank, you know what I mean? And I know where it is, he owes. So at least we have another family, the member of the family working. Being facetious, of course. Let's go to TradeGATEHub as I shrug off the interruption. Okay. The most important thing to do is even as we always say about TradeGATEHub, it's about quality over quantity. We were off this Tuesday, but please go to the red YouTube button and understand what what we're doing. I apologize for that. Get focused. Here we go. All right. Airbnb. Let me finish what's going on TradeGATEHub, by the way. And we'll finish the routine because it's a square 6-minute chart. Here's square. We bought it yesterday, square. We bought it yesterday around that gap, 64.20, gave us a little, never went below 63.60. Square this morning, I sold it at 67.20. That's where it should be sold at the gap. What else do we have? Hood, I'm in. Zoom, CRISPR, another one. CRISPR sat at this level, consolidated for some time around the 200-day. They tried to get you out on the good volume on the fake out, but once it retook the 200-day, that would be a time to hold on or maybe add to it touches. We see the only reason, or one of the reasons why we're in CRISP, actually the main reason is option activity still right here. Let's look at the counterpart in Tela. No good. That's why we're sticking with CRISP. Let me go back to here. Okay. Square out. Square, good call. You know what? This does right here. Bull Trade Finder and also many others put square yesterday. It really wasn't a barn burner, but what shows me is Gerard is following incredible trade, very good trader. At least tells you the high level opinions, right or wrong. The same with Javi, and there's his chart on Hood. There it is. What's his price target? I'll get that in a second. Square top tick thus far. Anything gap up and higher was Ribbon, Bob, Fizzler, ACPA. Okay. Bottom line, there was more Hood bull flow. Coach posting good weekly reversal to boot. Look at that on the yen. Obviously, we go to the Nikkei, which was one of the most over. Boy, it's still extreme greed, but rotation. Riot is a dog. Where's Riot? Oh, look at Riot. That held it well. This is the daily on Riot. All you needed was, even if you were a little shy on Riot and didn't want to, buy the flag, which would have been. I agree, Lewis. Good point. See, Lewis, I'm not going to lie. There's the flag on Riot, and that was where 1385 broke out of the flag. Even if you wanted to buy the new high at 1441, I know what you mean, Lewis. I do. I appreciate that. But you know what? If you bought the flag, it was 1385. If you bought the new high, it was 1437. That's 50, 60 cents that you could have saved maybe buying that flag instead of waiting for a new high, which everybody piles on, I guess, and it went higher. So Riot, not overbought. That's really clean and proper trading, as we see Mara. Same thing, stepping higher, probably has a little bit more juice in the punch bowl because it's probably going to make that move up. Lewis commenting on Verizon yesterday. Oh, I see Verizon. That's why he went down, because of the dividend payment. Verizon, that's why. Where's T? You know what? That was T again. I don't know about it, Lewis. This might be, no, this is a good indication. As I told you, this, para. What a recovery. This is positive. They blasted para down to 1580. Went to 1650. What a move as we go to the 20-minute chart on para. This might be the capitulation or what might happen. I'm going to get more into research after. I'm going to see how it closes. Certainly, it's positive price action considering how it went down, and the other stocks in the sector poor. What else we have? Let's look at even Fox looks better. What about our big daddy? Disney. Listen, it's kind of, Disney feels like Roblox to me. You know what I mean? It breaks that down channel, breaks this down channel, then it goes up to 95. Where's the hood? No, what stock was that? Oh, Roblox. Now they baited me. You know what I mean? They baited. I paid up for it. I got giddy. My average price is where? 41.36, 41.78. My average price is 42. What am I looking for? There's the 30-minute chart, 42. It's in the triangle. It's between 42 and 40. But you know what I mean? I don't want to keep buying on the way down to 40 and a half. My price being 41. What I should do is wait for the breakout and kind of pull like a Riot or Marin situation and be late, because if I'm not, it's still showing not the best price action that I would like to see. It's kind of lagging, but I still feel it has that rubber band effect in it. We'll see what happens. What else? Let's go to Wise Guys. Lewis, I understand what you're saying. Riot, let's look at the VIX. VIX gave it all back, and now it's at the 8th day. I was confused about that because I thought it would have that 2-day up move right here. 2-day up move with volume. 2-day up move with volume. And you know what? It came all the way back down. Here's the VIX from 29.20 to 26. I didn't take any off. Oh. Now you want it to reclaim 26.25. Now it's in, it's in the danger zone. It feels like AT&T Verizon right now on the VIX. There's the 6-minute. There's the 20-minute. You want to try to reclaim 26.50 in order to reinitiate protection. You know what I mean? It's a dead issue like it always is, and so I'm not surprised. Let's look at the Wise Guys as we leave off what they're doing. It's all about the close on a Friday. Everybody knows that. That's why I pointed out at the beginning of the session how to spy weekly closes. Here's an update from the Jesus Flow. Some decent action out there for summer, especially under the hood names. Flow in Bitcoin has exploded, i.e. Riot and Mara, which we pointed out. Sweeping activity is broad, good-looking sweeps. All right. The only blazer is mostly frosty behind the activity. Sentiment neutral. Put call running at the hot time. Some chop could help. I want chop, as evidenced by Microsoft and Apple. Everything else, including credit, more neutral. So it's basically stock picking here on it. Brett seeing a healthy snapback, even in the indices stick. So I don't know how you want to look at that. Brett looking Brett looking very positive. The indices don't go anywhere. If the Brett becomes negative, obviously are the indices going to catch up to the Brett or vice versa? And that's what we're going to look at the end of the day into a Friday. And remember, these ODT options drive things a lot between 2 and 4 p.m. So I wouldn't be stepping in front of that. Definitely keep an eye on Novartis, Riven calls. And why aren't they? Of course they're buying Riven calls, and they should be. Why not? We also mentioned that as well. Why wouldn't they be Riven calls? The ultimate compliment, I wouldn't even short it yet. Yet is the optimal word. Wouldn't even short it on Riven. Price action range and volume. It's all you need. They can make widgets, they can make flags, they can make gummy bears. Doesn't matter. That's what type of chart you look at. CLSK get it. Oh, there was option flow. CLSK, the Bitcoin miner. Let's look at HUT. HUT hike. Hut hike. Look at Hut hike at $4. They're taking all these miners up, and it doesn't look like they're stopping. Hut hike. CLSK. Maybe why it's picking up AMD bouncing a little bit like that. And the same with Nevada. They're heavily, in the minings of the GPUs with Nevada. What a flag that looks like. My God. On Nevada. So you know where I stand on Nevada by the reaction. Let's finish it up. We'll continue with option sweepers, Carvana bullish, CLSK. They're going to August. They think it's going to continue. NVO, not interested. Amazon, October calls, Animal. I told you they've been building and building and building into calls on Amazon the whole way down. Watch yesterday's video. Coach said, "What are they doing?" I said, "The only really ones that are going off are Amazon and a little Google, maybe a little Apple. Amazon is still going into it in a heavy manner. They still are." October, Amazon, October, more Amazon, October, Amazon, October. They're going into Amazon. Tal. I don't want to be interested in the Chinese education company. No interest. Look at the AI bullish. Carvana squeeze. They covered that yesterday, 24.5. Giddy up. Look at Carvana now. I covered Carvana yesterday, 24.5, and that's a freaking fact. And I left money on the table. 5-minute chart on Carvana. Thank you very much. Yesterday at 10:40, 23.5. That's where I covered. 24.5. Mike V, that's probably my block. When it broke down and wouldn't reclaim, that was my cover. Nice cover, Mike V, 24 Nevada, Carvana, 24 to 27.38. And now you know what? Turns bullish to bearish flag. My God. I made the hard money, but you got to be alert. You know what I mean? The sentiment was over pushed, the volume was there. So instead of buying a pullback, I made the hard money, but that's what I'm programmed to do. I'll get better. I know I've changed. I'm in hood, but certainly, that's where you want to be. Qs, March puts, they're buying puts and Qs. Somebody banging on March put protection big time, going out to March of when? March. That's next year. All right. The numbers don't lie. They're going out buying some AXL, Riot bullish, Wolf, another Bitcoin miner I didn't buy. There was huge activity, huge Jesus flow in Wolf. Didn't buy it. Well, it's under $3, so it doesn't matter. But then I could have bought more CLSK and or Hut hike. Qs bearish. They're going into Qs. They're buying protection in Qs. That's it. They're still going further out into miners. Riot, September. Mara, July. Riot, getting a little heavy. They might be hedging. I don't know yet. I'm not going to do much at 11:20. Any questions? I think worth it. Mike NEM. Rollback should go. Lewis, like I said before, I was hurt about you saying about CGC. I thought we made a lot of progress. So I get it. I know that speculative stocks have been working, but CGC hurt me when you said you liked it. So I'm not going to lie. I thought we got further than that, but you make up for it because of Verizon. Rollback should go. NEM, knowing that Newmont got an upgrade. Intelligent Lewis. NEM to me looks like exactly what Roblox looks like, but a little bit lower. Roblox NEM, it's probably going to break out of some situation. AU, let's look at AU. It was the only one fighting it at 30. AEM, no good. Newmont, I know it got an upgrade. Let's look at the nougat. Now it went from worst to best. Look at the GOLD, which is now hurting me. 2 days ago, GOLD. I've lot of it. 1712. I thought I was a hero. Next. Do I like Newmont, Lewis? I would rather buy. It looks to me. I don't know if Coach would probably chime in. I don't know if I'd rather buy the GLD or Newmont. The GLD certainly looks better. Newmont, I get it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't talk you into the trade. I wouldn't talk you out of the trade. So that's where I sit on Newmont. But I appreciate you being alert on stocks that are rotating properly. It had an upgrade. It's acting better than the gold stocks at the moment, but fair question, Lewis, and I can appreciate that. Again, let's leave off here. Overstock bullish, and what Tesla in a 15-minute short squeeze. And why wouldn't overstock be bullish? TAL is seeing some PDGX. Look, there you go. CLSK running 5 times normal volume. Bitcoin miner, 5 times normal. CLSK on the weekly has it going to 9. It's 6 right now. I'm not saying I'm chasing it because I'm not, but it's certainly not. See what happens when it runs like this? The stock went from 2 to 5. So right now it could go from 4. 2 to 5 is what? 250%. So 4, it should be 8 if it does the same thing. It hasn't even been being overbought yet. The RSI coach may beg to differ. Volume similar. It has the moves in it. So what would stop you? I don't know. Price action range and good and a good volume. Nothing else more to say. Anything else? Riven. Support TGTX buy target. I saw that this morning. I posted on TGH. If they gapped it up, and it came back a little bit. I get it. It's still in the channel. Viking Therapeutics, another one that I was looking to buy that I'm not in. Kind of looks like TGTX. Not in it. XBI broke up below the 200-day, trying to reclaim it, much like a lot of other stocks are trying to do. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. You know what I mean? It's been an abbreviated week. A lot of them have been going on. It was a better week for me. That all of VIX has to go up is 2%, 5% for me to make back, or at least trade well. So I'll leave it there. Let's see what's going on. Anything else? Let's look at this. This is my inner query. All right, now we'll go to this last. Boom. Percent gainers in the last 15 minutes. What's moving up? But I want to see what the hell's this thing doing? Hold on. Share. You share. Boom. I don't know why I had the number there. View. Let me change settings. I wanted the volume. I at least want it to be 100,000 shares traded in this. So, okay. So what's moving up in the last 15 minutes? We have Sabre moving up on volume. CLSK, value added might be. Riven, mentioned it 3 times. AOOI and Lucid. So let's look at the percent losers the last 15 minutes. Nothing. Let's look at dollar per dollar losers in last $15, that is. Novartis, Merck, Meta, they're taking some off on the XLV, MPC, interesting. Refiner, Riven, they're no surprise. Tesla, that's going up. Carvana, I mentioned it 3 times. And okay, and I'm glad this came up. SMCI. I was going to ask a question, but I didn't want to waste time, if you will. The number 1 stock with relative strength is what? You want to talk about a leader? That's what one looks at right there. SMCI. That's a leader. Still has options going off. I mean, I wouldn't be short it. I don't know if coach is going to think maybe that's an A or a B drive. Same with Nevada. There's the chart. AI giving a little bit back, but it's SMCI. That's the best one right now. BABA looked like it went from the worst. Now people are chirping about it on the long side. You know, I was talking about this with coach all week. One bad day, one bad news headline could have drove this BABA to 79. There's the trip. Now, one day gap up 83 to 89. Not in. How can you do that every day? You can't. JD. Nothing. BABA. What about Baidu, which is holding best? Baidu, that's the one. Let's look at FUTU. Doesn't look bad. PDD. What are you going to do? It's BABA. It just pops like that. How can you take a position in this thing? But I don't have one for that very reason. But it's acting well and it's moving up. MPC, a refiner moving up. Interesting. Valera, we'll go to that one. A refiner, PBF, another refiner. PBF doesn't look bad, but MPC is making a move up. That's not really interested to me. Let's go back again. If I go too long, hang up on me. I'm doing this even for myself. All right. Dollar losers, percent losers in 15 minutes. What's going down? Let's go to most active, most important. GRR, Riven, already going 300% of its volume is 1130. There's the volume. There's the average 30-day volume. What's running above volume right now? Boom, 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 boom. BABA, of course. So everything makes sense if you have your own system. The stocks that I brought up, the stocks that I should. Riot, again, running 100%. Ford, not interested. CCL, I'm in that. Amazon, Plug. What happened to this plug? This plug was a short. People would now look at plug. Oh my God, don't make me. I don't want to buy plug. But that's plug. No, I don't want to do it. I want to do it. I'm gonna have to take a drive about this plug later. Let's look at Fizzler. Fizzler now approaching the bill flag. Let's look at the CSIQ. Hand coming back into center. Looks at run. Oh, run. SEDG. EMPH, the biggest daddy of them all. EMPH, nothing. It was 300. Now it's 160. So the best one is plug. Plug looks okay. You know what I mean? But they're taking up a dog. It's not like they're taking up the best of breeds. Plug. It's like hood. All right. I'll leave it there, guys. I'm gonna go back. Any questions? Because you know what? Coach posting, I think worth it. Newman, Coach, listen, I appreciate Lewis going out there and taking a stab. I think worth it. Lewis, I need you to post more. I know when things are a little bit difficult, everybody, takes a step back. I get it. I do too. But you got to have resilience and stay in there. Starbucks, Ribbon. It's difficult. Short term, they were oversold. As you see, 5-day moving average, the majority of the board outside utilities were below their 5-day, but there's still a decent amount above the 20-day, the short-term move. So this said short-term oversold. The rest of this, including the 200-day moving average, is stock picking, all the way from dark green to dark red. Stock picking. This shows you a little bit more of a fundamental base with these stocks over the moving average. Okay. There you go. Leave it there, guys. Cheers. Have a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be posting on Sunday night into Monday. It's an international room. We have people posting from Austria, Paul's from Britain. We have Lewis in Peru, P-Rod, everybody over, Coach from San Diego, California. I'm in New York, and our Chinese traders, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. TGH never stops. It's always rolling. Cheers. Have a plan.